There's always that. I don't think 5RAT are going to be doing something like that, though. But we did talk about this one yesterday. We like the Crystal Maiden up against the Pango, being able to hold him in play, stop him from using any of his movement abilities when you got the W on you, forcing the Pango to go defensive items, or target the CM first in these team fights and take her out. So I do like that one here up against the Pango. CM feels incredibly powerful right now, but they're going to need a little bit more burst damage on the side of 5RAT. Right now, they're really lacking that. When you have Broodmother off on the other side of the map and your supports are Enchantress and Crystal Maiden, you're going to struggle to take some of these heroes down, especially early BKB builders like the Bloodseeker. All of a sudden, you're doing 0 damage.
That is an interesting Bloodseeker pick. Kind of a similar scenario to what we saw yesterday with the Bloodseeker pick. You're not, I guess, directly countering anything, but you have the Pangolier, so you either ban it away or you steal it with the pick, and oh, well, okay, that's gross. So now you have a little bit of a combo to play with Bloodseeker Venge. Not a fun time if you're 5RAT. You've got AoE now to try and get rid of the spiders pretty damn quickly too, so not going to be a fun time for the Brood in the offlane.
Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Like the only heroes that they're going to be able to get are heroes that get caught out when they really shouldn't, just super out of position. The Vengeful Spirits has a swap there. There's a combination of the Rupture and the position swap between the Bloodseeker and the Venge that you mentioned. There's, having a sick initiation. You have Great Scout with a Wave of Terror. You don't have great catch for the Ember Spirit with this current lineup, though. It is very easy to dodge out the Magic Missile with the Ember Spirit, especially given that NoRunes is going to be playing on pretty high ping and 5RAT isn't. So instant lockdown is going to be really necessary if you want to be able to catch out this Ember Spirit. I do like that pick here. Although the hero's gotten a lot less popular recently. We haven't seen much Ember.
Yeah, he was kind of all the rage for a little while, a couple months ago maybe, but popularity has dipped a little bit.
Say the flames died out. Say the flames died out.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna. That's the low-hanging fruit. All right, we go for only top shelf puns here, Neph. All right.
That's right.
But
Faceless ban.
Yep, Faceless Void banned out, and the Mag ban out from 5RAT. Okay, that's speaking of heroes that kind of dropped off in popularity a little bit, and would they have run that in the off lane if they had taken it, or would they have moved the Bloodseeker maybe?
The Magnus.
Yeah, if they had,
you can run that one basically anywhere. You'd probably run that in the mid lane, and then you run Pango off in Bloodseeker safe lane.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really like that though. At that point, you've got 4 melee heroes.
Yeah, would be a little bit funky, but well, we don't get to see it. 5RAT ban it away. NoRunes meanwhile take out the Sven. So
all these super high DPS like late game carries that can kind of pick up the slack for CM and Enchantress when they pull off towards the later game. Excuse me.
Now 5RAT.
Go ahead.
What exactly are they looking for? Actually, just throw it back to you. Never mind. Question answered. Tidehunter ban into an immediate pick, and it's the Shadow Fiend for NoRunes. So they're feeling, quite frankly, a little greedy with their final pick.
I'm not sure I like that, to be honest with you. This doesn't solve the lockdown problem they have for the Ember Spirit. Now, I feel they picked into that one quick. They go the Sniper. I was about to say they don't really have anything that... Actually, I think the Sniper just gets owned here. It's been more popular recently, don't get me wrong. The hero does a lot of damage, but they don't have anything that keep the Sniper alive. You have a bunch of ways of getting on top of him. You've got the Venge swap, you've got the Rupture, you got Gap Close just by initiating the fight with the Echo Stomp. Pangu can run at the Sniper with basically no problems. These Gap Closing abilities and build these items that close the gap. I am worried for DNM's game. I know I said this about the last Sniper we saw. I am concerned that he is just going to get completely shut down. I think Kits will probably pop off this game, though.
Yeah, Kits on the Ember is probably set up for something a little bit better here with the lack of lockdown, but there just seems like too many ways to get onto DNM right now. And once they're on him, NoRunes certainly aren't lacking for damage either, so be a rough one. But As you said, we said that about Seuss on the sniper the last time around. That was mid, so maybe it's a slightly different scenario, but the concerns are still going to be there.
Yeah. I mean, Sooth did get run out a couple of times, even though Flea ended up just absolutely bodying people with his tusk and saving the sniper a few times. That was so sick. Big Flea fan here, other than his Twitter. Very cringe.
Yeah. The Dota, great. The social media, maybe not so much, but well, we are going to be getting into this one in just a little bit. I do want to know, though, the Vengeful Spirit. I believe that is their usual player, maybe just with a different name.
The Vengeful Spirit? That should be... Let me
Should
double
be
check this
Hane.
list here. I was not... So, my main man, Badger, the admin, thank God that Nina is gone. He usually lets me know if new players are standing in. So, I believe that is Jupiter's.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Just got a bit of a different tag from usual, I suppose, but it should still be him. If that changes, obviously, and we're calling someone by the wrong name, we'll let you know later. But for now, we will operate under the assumption that he is who he says he is.
If you truly are Jupiter.
If that is your real name. But yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I am excited to see how 5RAT perform. Again, they come back as the reigning champions, like you mentioned. The question is why they got only invited to Phase 1. I think after this tournament, they win this one as well. Phase 3 team from now on. And then they kick their coach.
There you go. If they do well, I mean, listen, even if you won't give him Phase 3, at least give him Phase 2. Ooh.
Oh my
Look
god,
at
the
that,
absolute
man.
state of NoRunes after that. He walks right up on top of the hill, dewards it instantly.
Oh, man.
They're never going to work in this town again.
I admire that man's confidence. I mean, he could have just gotten blown up on the ramp, but...
Alright, are they going to have a fight over the rune here? Are they going to be able to pull off a deny?
Ooh.
Alright. Brennan
Okay.
Burrow manages to snag that one.
So a D-ward on really either side there at the start, but Burner now has 2 last hits before creep spawn. That's always fun. But we'll see if there is an actual fight here, because you got the Venge, you got the stun. Jesus, look at the way he's playing, just so far forward, daring someone to come up, but he doesn't have really much backup yet. Now, here comes Burner and Nuages, but not before they beat up that Vengeful Spirit pretty heavily. That was kind of funky.
Yep. You're forced to pop a sal before the game even starts in order to get to the lane in time. And then TP up to the top lane? You're going up there with none of your resources, my man. Jupiters wouldn't make this kind of mistake. This has got to be some sort of impersonator.
There we go. Now we figured it out. It's an imposter. No. I was tempted for the Among Us reference. I'll be better than that. I'll be better than that.
That's low hanging fruit. We talked about that. We don't do low hanging fruit.
Top shelf only.
Yeah.
In the meantime, well, this duo has a little bit of potential to be obnoxious onto DNM. We talked at length in the draft about the issues the sniper's going to have I guess, I don't know, BKB, Hurricane Pike, Concussive Grenade, whatever it is he tries to get for movement, but he's not going to have any of it for a while.
That's right. And I... Oh, God. Ooh, Kits?
Okay.
I don't know if you caught that.
I did not. Did he really just get run at like that? Wow.
I believe he got stacked out like crazy by Shadow Raises. He got hit with... Yeah, 4 in a row. He kept the stacks going.
600
That's something you have to look out for. Yeah. Ended up hitting with a long range, super far away underneath the tower. So Kit's not off to an amazing start. I'm always questioning this SF pick. The only person that I really am impressed with when I see it is Paparazzi.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And I know I'm going to sound like Beakoff, like some sort of Dota China fanboy here. But that man really does just pop off on it.
There you go, Hane. Able to take down AB1 in the top lane. Aiko, he was backing off for a moment, but only to heal. Now he's back in, and DNM, he's got no way out of here. They overextend looking for the Pango kill and kind of forget the Venge exists.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing against a defending champ, you bring your A game. NoRunes showing up already this game.
3-0 start on the board. Not too shabby for them. And, well, looking back to mid, Neff. Okay, Kits gets caught the one time, right? Stacks up on him. Doesn't quite sort of dodge it out. What are the odds that he actually gets caught like that again, right? It feels like he's going to play it relatively safe now.
Yeah, I mean, odds are he doesn't get caught out like that again, but it's just a snowball effect when you're playing against an SF. You let him have a little bit of a lead, he turns it into a big one.
Damn.
I'm surprised he didn't go for another raise there on the SF. Maybe, yeah, he's building up stacks again. Kids is dead.
There's a long range. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Just as we said.
That was the turn rate nerf coming into play right there. For anyone not familiar with it, AB1's about to go down as well up in the top lane, though. Swing
it up. CM.
Ooh. What? Kiko didn't go to...
Really?
Oh, you finish him off with the... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let him walk. Cool guys don't look at explosions. You walk away, let them think they're safe, then you finish them off. But going back to what I was saying about the SF, for anyone not familiar with that change, when you get 2+ stacks of the Shadow Rays now, it reduces the turn rate of the enemy heroes and slows them down. So Kit's tried to turn around to dodge that last raise with a Slate of Fist, but in the middle of him turning around, he got hit with the raise.
Mm-hmm.
Without that turn rate slow, he definitely would have been able to dodge that one out.
Unfortunate timing on our end. We were just talking about how it's so unlikely that he gets caught again, and then he immediately does, but...
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why he held on to that short raise for so long. He wanted to be able to build up those stacks to like 4 or 5+ again. So Kit's really not showing proper respect to Guts here. AKA Mr. Jeans, for anyone familiar with him.
Yeah, that name change...
I miss Mr. Jeans.
Yeah.
But there was also somebody called Mr. Beans, so...
Got to avoid the confusion. Instead, name yourself after an anime... Well, I guess that's a manga character, not an anime. Whatever. Technicalities. But it's all good in the end. You know, we still know who he is. We still respect his game, although Kit's maybe not showing quite as much respect as he should be at the moment. We'll know, though, that the white flag has been waved at this point if Kits goes for something like raindrops, that he's just like, all right, I might just lose this lane.
I mean, he's already lost. He's level 3, right? He's almost 4, but you're more than halfway to 6 right now on the SF.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, Guts is just all over this lane. This is rough. Kits is not going to have a fun time. And yeah, that gets your Shadow Fiend to 6. Doesn't take the Requiem because no need for it right now, as Berna is in some trouble.
Oh, no!
Ooh.
Blood rate waking him back up, but he would have woken them up pretty quickly after that anyway. It's only a 2-second sleep on level 1 Echo Stomp.
Okay. Oh. There's your first kill for 5RAT. You know, they finally get that 0 off the scoreboard. Yeah. At least one of the lanes is going well for them, because mid is looking very rough. But Berna, it's unfortunate, the death, but I don't think it's going to slow him down too much. He's still farming well. This lane feels relatively safe. Just kind of a farm fest.
DNM is in trouble. And we have a pause at the exact same time. Okay, this would give you time to react up to the top lane. The only issue is there's no one who's going to come help you. Maybe Ember Spirit would be able to do so if he was having a good game right now. But this Ember Spirit's level 4. Even if he TPs right away, which he can't because it's on cooldown, he wouldn't be able to do anything. This is just a dead sniper. The wave of terror is coming out. They're about to do a more billion physical damage to him. The Swashbuckle's going to come out afterwards. He doesn't have mana for it right now, but he's going to pop the magic stick and get another 30 that he needs to throw it out.
Right.
DNM's just dead. The rats are in shambles.
I mean, yeah, what? No, I was thinking, what can he even try here? The best he can do is throw down a shrapnel, but that slow, that's not going to be nearly enough. So they just have to accept a death. AB1 is a Crystal Maiden, so he is not even remotely close to fast enough to get over there.
I thought he was swift as the wolves of Ice Rack.
Very slow wolves. Wolves are pretty fast normally, but you know. Not in this case. It's DNM. Yeah, he'll throw that shrapnel down. He'll try for something. He's not gonna... Hold up.
Pico?
Really? He didn't have the shield crash back up, and...
He's not gonna stick to Swashbuckle him, I suppose.
Huh.
I'm surprised. Rare mistake there by Hiko.
Costs him the kill, and then they lose... Well, they lose the Venge, so of the two heroes, the lower value one to go down, but still, kind of
Hiko,
Thought that was a pretty easy kill. As we got fighting across the lanes, bottom. There is a bit of a rotation. The Vengeful Spirit just died, but comes back in and takes down Moose. Up top, Hiko does get taken down, but then mid cuts again onto Kits between the tier 1 and the tier 2 neph. The SF at this point, I don't really think he gives a shit about anything that the Ember's doing.
Yep, he's too big to fail now. He's just like the Banks. That's how you curse someone for failure, by the way.
Yikes.
It's going to be difficult to take him down. They do have Ember Spirit, which can get on top of him if they can follow up with the Crystal Maiden afterwards. Like, the SF does just get blown up, but he's not going for, like, a weak build here on the SF. Like, he's sitting his treads on strength. All right, Vengeful Spirit's just dead.
Yeah.
A footnote on things. This doesn't even matter. Get him out of here. Goodbye, Jupiter. Anyways, the SF, he's sitting his like treads on strength most of the time. He's got himself a belt of strength. This is his first item building up to the Dragonlance. Like, he's planning on building really tanky. It's not going to be so easy to just go on top of him and blow him up. He's got these stat items.
Yeah, between the boots and the Dragonlance, he's going to be a little bit beefier than you would normally expect. So I think Guts knows, hey, with a 4-0 start, I can fight instead of just AFK farming. So we'll see whether he actually does it or not, because well, in the past we have seen Guts just kind of change course and say, I'm gonna farm for 10 minutes, I'll see you boys later. But in the meantime, Speed trying to establish control in this bottom lane. We saw this the last time with the Brood as well, just kind of kill that bottom lane, take the tower, and make it a no-fly zone for the other side. And Berna is starting to get the impression that he's not welcome here anymore.
How would you feel about, like, instead of spiders, it's just a bunch of rats with this set?
That'd be kind of interesting.
Or again, like a rat persona for the Broodmother. I mean, we've thrown lore out the window with, like, the sea being a wolf and things like that, so...
The lore doesn't matter.
I would play Broodmother again.
Slacks is in shambles.
Yeah.
It does survive a gank in the middle lane for once, so... A little bit of mercy. That was 3 heroes into the middle lane that time, but he was far enough back to avoid it, and... Well... He's got the raindrops, he's hit level 6, so he is kinda sorta recovering neph, but... You look at his net worth, and he's still really far behind.
Yeah. Sitting like almost half the net worth of this SF right now. Speaking of, SF is trying to grab DNM, not be able to get close enough to him. Actually, opts to hold on to the pink pole of the possessed mask on the SF. This time he's just focusing on staying tanky.
Meanwhile, up top, Baby One getting hit up a little bit here. Noagus did start off with the stomp, but that's still a tier 1 tower and a sniper behind it. Berna's not really feeling that confident yet, but he's got level 6 now. The Rupture's at the ready, but I feel like they might need another hero at this point. And at this point, Berna might actually just have to use it defensively. Yeah, he throws the Rupture onto DNM. Berna, do you really want to go back in? He does have some wand charges, but he's not feeling it. His teammates are, though. They jump in onto Moose, just trying to be a little disruptive in the jungle. Instead, he runs into 3, and your Pango finds a kill.
Yeah. So CM goes down while that's going on. I mean, if you commit too hard onto the sniper there, the Ember Spirit just TPs up to the top lane. You don't get away from him. He's got 2 Revenants. He's got 6-second cooldown on Sleight of Fist right now. You don't want to give Ember Spirit a chance to go back into this game, which is what he's looking for right now.
Right. What? He knows there's no Rupture, so Berna's, well, a little vulnerable maybe, but yeah, he'll bail out of that play pretty quickly. I guess it was worth a shot, but funky angle that he takes there. In the meantime, maybe one, he might get punished here. Stunned up. Not enough actual lockdown to keep going, though. Noagus is going to try for the stomp, and it does hit DNM, and, well, with Guts here, all of a sudden your damage output gets multiplied quite a few times. Over. Did he... Oh, he didn't even try for the chains, actually. No,
he didn't try for the chains. He didn't end up hitting him with the Sleight of Fist.
Supports limp away with very little HP, but they will live.
If that Sleight of Fist connects there, the Vengeful Spirit goes down. Couldn't see how close it was, but I think it was like 50 range off there. Quite close.
At this point, Kit's maybe feeling a little bit frustrated. He comes top. says, all right, fine, mid's a bust, I'll go top, I'll find something there, and then Guts just kind of follows him up, which, if you're the one who has the clear advantage in the middle lane, right, why not? Why not continue to find farm while simultaneously tormenting your opponent as moves? Okay. He is a fast deer, so he's able to get himself out of trouble there, but loses his creep and doesn't really get any wards down. Oh god, that's
ambitious.
That did not go all that well. Kits is still dropping, but didn't actually think they were going to try for that as the stomp. It does hit.
Oh, no, Kits.
Ooh, he is unbelievably dead. Yeah.
Despite Moo's best efforts to get that Centaur stomp off.
And now here comes Hiko into the fight. Missing with the swashbuckle, though, so...
Yeah,
Moose
he
is
just
gonna
got
walk
Rolling
away.
Thunder back up, but I don't imagine he'll want to commit that for the Crystal Maiden. He might just hold on to it so they can shove this tower in.
Well, they do have 4 heroes up here. Might as well go for it, especially with Guts leading the way.
Yep.
Okay.
On the other side of the map, Speed's doing speed things on the Broodmother.
Right.
You guys can learn to play like this too if you check out Game Leap.
There you go, get that promotion in, but yeah, he did take the tower. He's farming up quite nicely. Is he going for the... Of course he's going for the Wraith Pact. Why do I bother even asking that question? Everyone's going for the Wraith Pact at this point, but...
It might appear like Speed is about to die here to a rupture in the jungle and lose top net worth on his team.
Oh, he dodged the stop.
But he's
The rupture
actually a
wore
gamer.
off. There you go. Look at those. Top tier plays. They take down one support. They're going to turn around now for a second. And that's...
Use code SPEED.
There you go. Learn how to make plays like that. Or at least how to pretend you know how to make plays like that, because he can teach you, but he can't do it for you. All right, he can guide you to the water, but you have to drink.
Yeah, exactly. Guide you to the sweet, sweet MMR, but you're not going to be able to close it out.
Yeah, 2 support kills, not too bad. One of those goes to the sniper as well, so DNM able to recover a little bit after those first couple of deaths. He's sitting top 3 net worth. He is farming a stack here as well. Not something we say too often for sniper players, but he's getting it done. At the same time, I think that might have just been a defensive Rolling Thunder out from Hiko. Yeah, he rolls in TPs, so he'll be
Realizes
fine.
he's a long way from any friends and home, so it was time to get out of there. Otherwise, Ember Spirit and Chandra's just run him down.
Kits. Okay. He's getting close to the Maelstrom pickup here, so I don't know.
The game becomes slightly less miserable at that point.
Right. A little bit of damage, a little bit of farming. You're still miles behind this Shadow Fiend, though. Everyone in the game is behind him at this point, because he is... Okay, maybe closing in is a little bit of an overstatement. Still quite a ways to go for it, but he's getting close to a Manta here some 14 minutes into the game. His teammate's getting close to the enemy as he's going to go for the swap onto AB1. Pulls the CM back into the river. Oh, boy. Blown up instantly. As Guts gets another kill, 6-0, and that's going to lead maybe into a push onto this tower, but... Yeah, 5RAT can't really afford to give this up for free, so they're going to try their best to clear out the creep wave, and that actually wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Shrapnel on top of having the skeletons and the Dark Troll Summoner there to defend the tower. Keep them underneath the shrapnel. Allows them to clear that one out. And they don't have the threat, or rather they didn't have the threat of Rolling Thunder at the time, so they couldn't just chase them behind the tower. At the very least, despite the fact that the SF is huge, you're actually up 1,000 net worth there on 5RAT for a moment. So they're defending. Yes, they're behind 6 kills, but they're playing the map super well. Now you got Maelstrom finished up on the Sniper. You have Maelstrom finished up on the Ember Spirit. They're looking to farm the map, man.
Yeah, might just kind of wait this one out, slow things down a bit. I mean, the Broodmother did get the Wraith packed up, but that doesn't mean you have to go pushing, face first into a fight. He can kind of just continue to do his thing on this south side of the map, so... All of a sudden, you start looking to the NoRunes side, Neph, right? They're the ones who might be more pressed to make a move right now, but they've got the tools. Guts is massive. They've got Rupture back up. Right? They got Rolling Thunder again as well. They just need to actually find a target.
And they just finished the Manta style that you were talking about.
Guts is scary.
Yeah.
Maybe one's gonna just try and hold him back a little bit, but There's the vision. There's the swap. Just saw this exact play in the river. And it's the same result this time around. Free kill for Guts. A little bit of extra
That
healing.
swap ability is so good in current year. The fact that it gives you damage reduction is crazy.
That's a problem. DNM just kind of wandered into the line of sight there. I don't know. I mean, they just saw their teammate die in that spot. You kind of need to assume that they're still hanging out, but...
Yeah, I got 200 power pretty quickly this. They get a tower, and they're going to look to take Roshan off of this one as well. They're going to be able to build up crazy stacks of the Shadow Rays on the Roshan, plus they got the minus armor from both the Lucky Shot and the Wave of Terror here.
They will get through it pretty quickly. Guts, I saw he was facing the wrong direction. He raised out of the pit for a second.
Yeah, he messed up the stacks on the Roshan.
It'll be fine. They've still got it. An inefficient play, so he will be, you know, punished severely after this match for that, but...
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Do you see that leg?
Yeah, that was like 20 spiders dying at the same time. That was...
Well, it was all of them getting hit with different instances of the swashbuckle and then dying.
Ugh.
It's alright, we're still in beta.
Right. Beta game. Alright, free game, no bitching. But we do see a smoke play coming out from the NoRunes side. They're going to push their way up the ramp, is what I was going to say.
Well, they don't want to push into this Lycan, you know?
They're so afraid of the damage and the speed.
Yeah.
But actually,
oh my God, the confidence here, maybe one.
Yeah, that's not the kill they want. They want kits instead, but they don't really have the lockdown for it, so they might just have to settle for the CM kill. Yeah, there it is.
The Lycan, you mean?
Right, the Lycan kill. Lycan going down very quickly. Unusually squishy for this point in the game.
And slow there. Incredibly slow, now that I think about it.
The Lycan was in shapeshift. I mean, you saw the wolf. It's just,
yeah.
I think that might have been a bug. I want to report that to Valve.
I think so.
Kits, you don't want to be there. Able to jump away, and honestly, here's the thing: AB1's getting bullied a little bit. He's 1-5, but if he's the only person going down in these, calling them fights is a little bit generous, but if he's the only one getting picked off, then that's buying time for the rest of the lineup. They just can't afford to lose, well, DNM underneath his own tier 2 tower. That would be pretty bad. But they actually might not lose him. The only person still hitting is Hana, and he's not going to hit hard enough. Now Heiko's in trouble, just trying to sort of roll himself out, but the reinforcements are coming. Guts is here. Burn is in as well. They're going to drop the Rupture down onto the Broodmother. Speed, trying to hide in the trees. That doesn't really work anymore. And the Broodmother will fall. DNM, though, still fighting. And NoRunes are the ones who have to back off there. So Neph, that seemed like a relatively straightforward kill onto DNM. They just don't manage to finish it off in time, and they have to back away.
Too difficult to jump that far onto the back line, so yeah, they are forced to flee. I mean, they're doing a great job of taking all these defensive fights, which is kind of surprising because they're playing into an Elder Trade. You'd imagine the positioning of NoRunes be a little bit better, but they're taking these fights quite well. They're not the rating champions for nothing. You know, playing from behind like this, 17-7, and they're still not making this easy.
Had eyes on Kits for a moment there down bot, but
yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
He doesn't have a TP, though, so he's got to walk. They're not even really looking for him anymore. I think they just kind of assumed that he left. But if they do spot him again, which they won't, so never mind.
Now he's got his TP.
Okay. Kits likes to live dangerously there, but it's worth noting.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how dangerously he was living in the mid lane.
that was maybe a little too dangerous, but he's still the lowest net worth core at this point, so we've been sort of saying, oh, he's picking up some items, and he is. That can't take that away from him. It's just he's not outpacing anyone else in this game, as we do have another pause coming in from the NoRunes side, hopefully a short one, but
fun fact. I actually we can play a game of hot and cold. How long do you think the pauses yesterday added up to?
10 minutes?
Cold.
5?
Cold. Colder.
I'm going the wrong... Oh, man. Was it like 15 minutes?
Warmer.
What? 20?
Warmer.
30?
Same amount. It was 25 minutes of pause time yesterday
Oh, I jumped the gun.
between all the matches.
25. That feels really didn't seem like
Illegal.
that long at the time.
Yeah, it felt like way longer when you had to spend it with me.
Hold on, that's putting words in my mouth. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah. Hopefully we won't have it as bad as we had it yesterday. Just a little bit of downtime ain't too bad.
and there's no DC off of this either, so I don't know. For all we know,
No
somebody's
thunderstorm either.
food showed up. Maybe
I'm skeptical of the claims that lightning hit somebody's house yesterday. Because I asked for a picture.
Yeah,
and
did they
didn't
send
show
you a
one to me.
picture?
No, they didn't.
Mm.
I was really hoping they were just continuing to play Dota in their house. There's like a hole in the roof, like maybe there's fire on the ground, and they're just playing it out. That would be so hype. I mean, a fire hazard, obviously, and you guys shouldn't do that, but it would be totally badass.
Remember, don't ever do this. But if you do, you're cool as hell. But don't ever do it.
Exactly. Okay, speaking of cool as hell, this SF isn't going for BKB in this game. He's just going for Mantis style and Satanic instead. Which, you know, if you're just getting out of the the frostbites and the Searing Chains and the Ember Spirit, these roots, it kind of makes sense that you don't want the huge cooldown of the BKB.
Right.
Because they don't have the hard stuns for you. So the spells will work just fine.
Yeah, that's right. They actually don't have anything that isn't either a slow or a root on this lineup. That's
This also kind of explains why they've been struggling to find kills. Stuns win games.
I need this like I need another pair of legs.
what?
Bold move for
What is
them
that
not to
voice
go
line?
for that.
Spiders don't need any more legs, man. 8 is already too many. Why the hell? What animal in this world? What kind of cruel act of God creates an animal with 8 legs and 8 eyes? You don't need that many of either. You just don't.
No god.
It's just not a fan.
Speaking of what was I about to go off about? I was about to go off about something. You distracted me with the spider comment. Not that I'm afraid of them. I'm not afraid of anything.
Of course. He's a cool guy who doesn't afraid of anything.
Yeah. Nice one. The Crystal Maiden. One of my friends is watching Dota for the first time in ages yesterday when I was casting, and he's like, "Yeah, I just didn't know what that hero was for like a super long time until I started seeing it use abilities." So for anyone tuning in for the first time in a while just now, 5RATFORCESTAFF, their last hero, Brown, is Crystal Maiden. For some reason, they released Persona that completely changes how it looks.
I mean, can't you tell? Because the wolf has a thing on its
blue?
face and it's blue. I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is. Maybe is that something CM I'm already thinking too much about it. The game has been resumed, by the way, so
The CM
is he gonna TP
just
out?
TP's out. Just TP out.
Okay.
It's that
Wait.
easy.
He didn't even TP back to Fountain. He TP to his tier 3 top. That's...
Yeah, it's a dangerous move.
Oh. Well,
It could be he
lives.
just like tapped his map as quickly as possible, and he's got double tap for his TP disabled.
That's a weird setting to have disabled, but hey, people still play on legacy controls apparently, so there's some weirdos out there. But in the meantime, Guts still working his way towards that Satanic. Progress is very quick at this point.
Wait, hold on. I have a friend who still plays on Legacy, but he doesn't remember what the legacies are, so he has to ask. He's like, "Oh, what's the hotkey for this ability?"
Well,
He doesn't learn the proper keys. Instead, he tries to relearn Legacy.
that doesn't make any sense.
Dude, Dota players are psychopaths. Shout out to Rodney, by the way. Love you, buddy.
That's just someone. Normal Dota's too easy for him. He's gotta add on difficulty.
Yeah.
If you want to make Dota difficult for you, just play support. That's a whole different difficulty level than usual, but
Yeah. Just throw away any control that you might have over the game. All right, Satanic completed on the SF. So you got 2 ways to get out of the frostbite slash searing chains. They're really going to struggle to actually lock down Guts in these team fights. He's going to be like whacking away the enemy heroes with his lifesteal. I don't know how they actually find a kill onto this guy.
Oh,
as long as he has a target to hit, he's not going to go down.
That's interesting. They TP2 down bot, and now they realize, yeah, that was the entire enemy team. They are in some trouble now. They're going to lose Hanes first. Kiko
Actually, this
also
is
taken.
big. They just need to rush up the high ground here. SF's TP got disabled there. I mean, he canceled it himself.
Oh.
They can put a lot of damage into this tier 3.
Where's their creep wave?
If they don't make their way over there.
Creeps are coming up right now. They've got a hell of a lot of spiders, so this is a pretty substantial amount of free damage. Berna's not even coming back. He does have his TP, but he doesn't have BKB, so instead they use the glyph. Okay, fair enough, but that was an opportunity to 5-rat. I don't even think they thought that it was just going to drop in front of them like that.
Yep. Right into their lap. All right, 4 staff now completed on the Crystal Main, so they've got a couple more items going their way. I mean, they're playing on NoRunes side of the map. It's 17-9 right now, but the game has been incredibly even.
Yeah, net worth-wise,
and despite that, yeah, they got nothing out of that last Aegis. SF is going for a butterfly next. I mean, Mr. Gene's having an amazing game, but they aren't able to breach high ground, it feels like.
At this point, what do you think? Is this just a scenario where you think NoRunes are waiting for next Roche before they do something else, or what? Because they've slowed the game down pretty significantly, as you said.
I don't think they're waiting for the next Roshan. You're going for Heaven's Halberd on speed right now. I actually really like that. That will force the SF to go for a BKB, because Manta Style isn't going to dispel it, nor is the Satanic. So they see what the SF is going for, and they go, okay, if I can just disable your attack for 5 seconds while you're trying to stand your ground and fight, then you're going to die anyways. So sick item choices here by Speed.
And he's already got the sort of durability build, right? The Wraith Pact and the Pipe were both finished off a little while back.
It's boring. Let's not pretend that it's cool. We don't want other people going this build. We don't want people seeing this and thinking that's okay. The casters are encouraging it. Like, you can play this way and you can win. But you're really lame for it.
It's just really
Anders, I'm
boring.
disappointed in you. What are you teaching these people? I know he's listening.
he's out there somewhere, but yeah, nobody's really willing to make a move. It's gotten to a point where it's almost kind of concerning. There we go. Do see NoRunes smoking up now, because one of the two sides has to try and do something. You can't just AFK farm forever, as they are going to run into each other. BKB out from Kits. They'll immediately blow up the Vengeful Spirit. And now Guts is a little bit further forward than he wants to be. He's going to try and back it up here, gets himself out of the route, but Kits, look at the man go. On the back line, takes out the other support. Guts now in trouble. Can he heal his way out of it? No, he can't. I mean, he popped the Satanic. He just didn't really get to do any hitting before he died, so I felt like that was very uncoordinated. They smoke up. They just march up the ramp. Heiko and Berna weren't really there.
Yeah. I mean, they walked up the worst place. The worst thing you could do is walk up a hill during the nighttime. And they walked right into the Ember Spirit, who had just completed his BKB, so they weren't able to do anything against him. He pops that, stands his ground, fights into them, and you're incredibly slow to just stand your ground and fight and whack away at them with the Satanic. And unfortunately for them, by the time the next fight rolls around, Broodmother is going to have this Heaven's Halberd done. In fact, they're just going to get Roshan off of this as well. Like, unless Elder Titan makes his way over there right now and starts spamming out Echo Stomps, I don't think they stop this. They've scanned it out now, but it might be too late even at this point. He's going to try.
1/4 HP on Roshan. Let's see what they can do. Stomp does come in. Now they have the vision. There's going to be Heiko going in.
Bashed by Roche.
Hold on. Hold on a second. They're going to hit up the Ember Spirit again. The Rupture gets deployed. Not onto the Ember, but they do push him out of the pit. Speed, though, was able to grab the Aegis, and now Burn is in trouble. He's going to get rooted up, taken down. And Heiko, where are you going? He's going to get swapped out by his teammate, but still swapped into the Shrapnel, as he will die anyway, and, well,
it's a disaster.
yeah, at that point, maybe you should have just let him have Roche.
Yeah. It certainly didn't help that the Penguin got bashed for the first hit of Roche as soon as he went into the pit there, but they got completely torn apart. Now 6K never the advantage. 3 of your heroes are dead. There's nothing stopping them from just pushing up high ground here. You're not going to have Fortify either. It's still in cooling for another 30 seconds. They're not going to have a refresh that they killed this tier 2 tower.
Right. It's I'd
say
rough
just
one.
go for it. They're showing some hesitation. All right, they're getting back. Boo! 5RAT.
I mean, even after the respawns, there still would have been a couple of seconds before they had any of those big abilities up again, but... 5RAT, I guess, want to play it a little bit safer, which...
Safer, yeah, they don't want to die.
Is it smart? Probably. Is it boring? Yeah, but...
Yes. Exactly.
5RAT out here trying to win and not throw. How dare they?
Yeah. Something, returning champions.
But now, if you're NoRunes, well, you just got bopped a little bit, right? I mean,
yeah, you changed your tune for sure. I mean, you want to see how differently they're thinking now? Look at Guts. Look at Mr. Jeans here. He's changed this butterfly he was going for. Oh no, he had a BKB here for a second. Now he's going back for butterfly again. He's fumbling. I thought he was switching to the BKB and just being like, yeah, I want to play safe as possible. Now he's no longer doubting himself. Oh, yeah, he's still doubting himself.
Okay.
BKB again.
Swap back.
The
Yeah,
man's
I mean,
flip-flopping. That's not a good sign. The complete lack of confidence there.
well, I don't know. BKB obviously still going to be a smart choice for him, but at a certain point, you had already kind of committed, but I say committed. It's a quarterstaff that he could just sell at this point, so whatever. But we'll see what NoRunes look like in terms of how confidently they want to take these fights, because, well, I guess you could think to yourself, yeah, Kits, what you planning to do?
I mean,
here?
he got burnt there. He realized that something's up. He's got the Cloak of Flames right now on the Ember Spirit. That's a lot of damage they just did to Burna.
I think he probably would have gone for that kill outright if the Elder Titan hadn't been there, but it's free damage. He regroups with his team, and they're staying on their opponent's side of the map here, so we didn't see them go for blood, pushing the high ground after the last team fight, but at least they're making sure, NoRunes can't really push anything else out, and now we might see a high ground push. They're poking. Forcing TPs back. A TP back. Naugus is here, but... okay, Burna, hi. That was a little bit weird. Just blinks forward, doesn't really do anything, and then walks back. It's a scare tactic, just trying to...
Yeah, exactly.
You thought I might do anything, but I won't. But they will smoke. This is a 4-man. They do leave the Shadow Fiend behind to clear out the creep wave, so... Guts is going to have to be the trailer on whatever this play turns out to be, and... They're taking a longer wrap. I think they want to sort of just walk up the ramp like they did the last time, because it kind of got them into a bad way, but... can they even do this now? That's way too many heroes grouped up. And they might be in some trouble, yeah. Naugus is going to drop a little bit low. Burna went in, though, and did drop the Rupture, so they're going to try to get onto DNM. But with the BKB active, he holds his ground. It's the damage. Burna goes down. Naugus falls as well. Heiko is going to try to get away, but the Ember's chasing after him with the Remnant. Upgraded Remnants from both the Shard.
And a haste. This is hard.
Shard and Scepter and Haste Rune. Yeah, he's going to track it down.
Oh, no.
Pango's still got 12 seconds on the TP, too, so he's got to do some dancing. Kits is starting to run a little low on mana, though, so... Maybe this is doable. Pango blinks into the trees. Kits will miss with the chains.
He goes hesitant to pop his TP, though, because he's not sure if he's continuing to follow him. Alright, there you go.
I'll TP back
safe,
now.
he leaves, but we got problems elsewhere on the map now. 5RAT is pushing high ground while you're giving that...
They want DNM so
run around
damn back there. They chase him halfway down the lane, but they may have gone too far. Here comes Moose in with the impetus hits. That's going to push the Pango back, and speed finishes him off. And now all of a sudden, yeah, Guts is by himself. There's that BKB coming into play. Not actually popping the Satanic active yet, though. But he's stuck in the middle of everyone. They're just kiting the hell out of him. Yeah, he doesn't really have too much to work with here. He's going to pop the Satanic now, but there's the disarm.
As soon as the Satanic is popped, yeah, the disarm. They know exactly what they need to do. They kite that SF around. He's got all the money in the world, but he's by himself. And the 5RAT, they got strength in numbers, man.
Oh.
I just couldn't get their hands on it. That's gotta feel so frustrating. You feel so powerful on your SF, but you just can't get your hands on anyone. You get disarmed as soon as you use the satanic. The coordination's there, man.
And I mean, the worst part was Guts, he knew it was coming, right? He held so long on using that satanic because he knew somebody was going to be there, but at a certain point you have to try for it. He was going to go down either way. Yeah. And now they're going to lose 2 full lanes of racks. With the death timer on the Shadow Fiend.
I don't see them defending this one.
Yeah.
They got so little to work with. They can kind of stall out with the Astral Spear, the Echo Stomps, like maybe get a Super 6 setup here, but it's hard.
Got a stun onto Kits, but nobody's going to come that far forward to actually try and do anything off the back of it, so. There's the second lane taken. Don't think they're going to be greedy enough to push for a third. That would be maybe trying to go a little too far.
We saw earlier that they are in fact cowards, so they're not going to do that. Have we addressed the Moonshot and the Enchantress yet, by the way?
No, we have not. Moose...
I feel like that's something that should be addressed.
Jesus. Moonshard, Hurricane Pike. I mean, he's got the Mindbreaker as his neutral as well, so...
Yeah, if he gets his hands on somebody like the Elder Titan or the Enchantress, they just die.
This is always the thing about the Enchantress that's... I guess it's fun depending on what perspective you're looking at it from, because Moose is basically moving into core territory in terms of his damage output. Not something NoRunes appreciate. Guts? Yeah, are you sure about this? That's not a place you want to be. He doesn't want to have to use his BKB, but he's lost half his health already. He is falling back to the high ground, though. Regroup with the team, use the lifesteal to heal up to full, like it never even happened. Baby Speed wants to get the spiders out of here. Oh, no, it's a bait! The fact that
Speed's letting this happen means
it's a bait for Kits to go in.
Yeah.
They're able to get August down. He's going to buy back immediately, trying to TP to the outpost. DNM, meanwhile, force staffs himself up onto the high ground, but that just means he can't really come back down. Yes, he can. He's able to use the grenade, and he is somehow still alive, but Burna, he wants to track him down. Will he be able to get close enough? He can get close enough, but he very nearly dies. Now he will die as Kits jumps in with the Remnant, and NoRunes, they're starting to fall apart. Guts running out of time. Satanic pop, but there's going to be the disarm again, and he is taken out of the fight entirely. Heiko, now the last man standing, tries to TP out. He does make it home, but the GG is called, neph. And 5RAT, they needed some time. They had to build up some strength, some momentum, but they get the job done.
And they do it without stuns. I gotta say, I say stuns win games. They don't have a single one on the side of 5RAT, but you managed to cinch this one out anyways. He's concerned about the sniper, and he ended up going down a couple of times. The kids had an incredibly rough lane, but they started outplaying them all over the map. Doesn't matter if they're behind in kills. NoRunes, they struggle to take towers. They end up getting some key items that they needed once the BKB was done on the Ember Spear. Once you had the pipe, the goddamn Wraith Pack Totem. I hate this item. Once you had the Heaven's Halberd done, it didn't matter how big the SF was. Nobody else was able to contribute in the same way. 5RAT, they just show overwhelming teamwork wins Dota right now.
Yeah. The teamwork pays off for them, and it felt really weird because the Shadow Fiend so heavily controlled mid in a situation where we thought Kits was probably going to be able to not get picked off 3 or 4 times. So you think the SF is just going to run away with this game, and technically speaking, he does. 10, 3, and 3. Want to see his damage numbers. 24k out from the Shadow Fiend, so it's impressive. The problem is, I think he was almost too successful, neph, which sounds kind of dumb, but he did so well.
Too big to fail.
Yeah, he does so well that everyone else just kind of starts following his lead, and the other cores don't build themselves up to the same degree. Yeah. I don't know. If you're Guts...
One of my friends has a saying in pubs: you gotta act a little bit stupid so it makes your teammates nervous. Otherwise, they just stop trying. I don't think that was the case this time, but I think maybe they gave his own team a ton of confidence, and 5RAT a lack of confidence. They realize, okay, we need to shape up. We're doing really bad. The SF is huge. What are our solutions for him? We can kite him around. We can get the Heaven's Halberd. We can wait for a little while before we actually take fights into them, and it worked.
Yeah, take a look at the graph there at the very end. It's a pretty significant just shift up, because prior to that point, neither side had really pulled away. We were talking like 1 to 2K net worth leads and experience leads at the most, and then all of a sudden 5RAT say, screw that, let's win. Let's just win the game, and
Just win.
that's all it takes, right? Just all you have to do is win and just refuse to lose, and it works out. So 5RAT able to get the win here in their opening match. Now we'll see if they can take this momentum and push it into the second game as well, because we do have at least one more in this best of 3. So 5RAT aiming for the 2-0 sweep, while NoRunes are going to try and make some adjustments to get themselves back into it. So that second game is about 10 minutes away here, so we'll be stepping away for just a bit, and we'll be back with the start of that draft.